Hello everyone and welcome to another video. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Today we are going to do a flip cup pour. Since I've been doing a lot of flip cup pours lately and they've been coming out really lovely. Today we're working on an Artist Loft 8x8 inch canvas, push pins and tape on the bottom so we get a nice bottom for our pour. Now our colors for today, got some beautiful new colors I'm playing with. First color, Liquitex Basics in light blue violet. Got Liquitex Basics in Iridescent Graphite. Amsterdam in permanent red violet. Artist Loft in metallic cobalt blue. Artist Loft in neon pink. That one looks fun. And our final color is Art Mind Decor in Lilac Bloom, which I've been having a lot of great success with. Now into the blue violet, the red violet, the neon pink, and the lilac bloom, I have added Liquitex Basics Iridescent Medium. That's to give a little more shine into our finished product. Let's get started. I also have some Artist Loft white, a little bit here that I have left over, and that will be a flow extender if I need it. All right, so let's start stacking our cup. I have to decide what order I want to put these paints. Don't necessarily need to stack them all the same way every time, so you get a better mix. Which colors are going to be next to each other. I mean, it is a flip cup, so they're all going to get blended eventually in some way. Really exciting to be working with some of these colors because they are new ones for me. I haven't played with them before, and I always like it when I have a new color. Hoping we're going to get a lot of shimmer out of this because I put a lot of Iridescent Medium in there, and I had some colors that were very shiny to start with. Cobalt blue has beautiful shine to it. This is probably more paint than you need, but you want it to be able to flow, you want to be able to get a good composition. So sometimes a little bit more wasting it is better than having not enough. And then your sides don't look right. You're very unhappy. Move some of this out of the way. Let's get our canvas back here in the center so you can see better. Make sure you're in focus there. All right, and we're going to, there's our cup. It's looking really beautiful. We're just going to flip that right into the center here. We need to let that sit for a minute so the paint pulls down from the top. Well, from what's now the top, what was the bottom. And I'm going to get my handy dandy toothpick. And in a minute I'm going to put some air holes. I've found that when you do that and let it leak out, you get some really cool effects. So instead of just flipping it like I normally do, I've been letting it leak first and then flipping. We will see. Get the air here. see how that's letting it leak? Moving the cup, getting some really cool effects. Then we're just gonna flip cup the rest. Pour some of this on my corners, because wet corners better dry ones when you're trying to finish. I don't think I'm going to need any flow extender on this because it did really well. Okay, let's get rid of that. The first thing I want to do is torch this because I see a lot of air bubbles. You want to make sure you torch out those air bubbles, otherwise you're going to have little pock holes all in your painting. You want to torch now, you want to torch again after you've stretched it all out. So torching is not only getting rid of my air bubbles, it's also going to bring up, you see all these little cells, and that's because the air is pulling up color from below to your top. All right, let's start tilting. It's time to tilt. Now initially, I just want to go slow, get everything sort of over towards all the corners before I commit. Ooh. And when you start tilting, you will find spots. If it's not moving, there's something there. There's a gunk or something right there. And you don't want that in because it's going to inhibit the flow. There we go. Now it's flowing. All right, we're going to go off that first corner. Down to the second corner. Let it go. Back. You always sort of want to try and pull it back to the sort of the center before you run off the next corner. It helps with your design. Let it pull back a little. Turn it around so you can see this last corner better. Whew. Messy, messy hands. It's a messy business. All right, I let that sit. I'm going to look at it a minute. Put some paper towel on these hands. I see some of my corners and edges are not quite where I want them to be, so we will work on that one. Love the composition. So I don't want to tilt too much. So what I may do is just pull some paint from up below. So let's see what I can do here. So if I can pull up some paint, a large amount, let it drizzle down that blank spot. That in a lot of ways is going to save me from having to ruin the composition on top that I'm really liking. So save what you can. That towards you a little bit. Grab some paint over here, this corner. You want to make sure you grab a fairly large amount and pour it down. You don't want to just drop just a little bit. You want it to give that like it fell off in the first place look, not like it was added later. It's also always best to sort of pick colors that are right below where you're working, because they'll be in common with the spot you're pouring next to for a more finished look. Okay, I think that is all my corners. All right, let me clean up my edges a bit, take my gloves off, and I will bring you down for a closer look. Hold on. Okay, I have cleaned up my edges a bit, so they probably need to be cleaned again, and I'm going to bring you down for a closer look. I am so impressed with some of these colors, this cobalt blue and that neon pink mixed in with the red violet. That light white looking color, there's no white in here, that's the lilac. That's that light pale lilac bloom. Love on all the cells, loving the swirls of color. Oh, it's so pretty. The gray area here is that graphite. And again, look at my sides, flowing right in with the pattern all the way around. That's what I love to see. I love pretty sides. Oh, makes me happy. All right. Very, very sort of galaxy-ish, night sky view. Oh, really loving it. Okay, I'm gonna let this guy sit and dry. We'll take some more pictures. Thank you so much for joining me. That was a nice quick one today.